1985 Bentley Mulsanne turbo here in white with the magnolia leather with some red piping on it. Been used for wedding hire at some point in its life, but not a bad base, that's for sure. Bodyweight wise, we'll start off the bonnet, working our way around this lovely Bentley on the interior. We'll go for an engine start up. It's a 6.75 litre Mulsanne turbo, this one. Up the bonnet itself, lovely and straight all the way up the bonnet. No major dings or dents anywhere to be seen there, really. All nice and tidy. Grille itself's in good order. All nice and shiny. No pitting to the chrome work there. It's a very, very light surface. Scratches where it's been washed over the years, but apart from that, nice and tidy. Tiny, tiny little bit of corrosion just starting underneath the paint at the front of the bonnet there, but not noticeable at all with it being white. Nice and straight across the scuttle on both sides. Chrome trim's nice down the centre of the bonnet there. We've got a little bit of marking underneath the flying B there, underneath the grille, but again, not noticeable unless your nose is touching it. Headlights are lovely and clear and tidy on the left-hand side. Bumper corner looks to be okay. Not too bad. It wants a new spring putting back onto the side of the bumper there. So working our way across, we'll see it is missing the lower valance, which you can't see there. Working our way across onto the right-hand side again, nice and tidy around the headlights. Down the driver's wing, all nice and straight, all nice and tidy down there. Rust-wise, not too bad at all. Down the lower half of the valance, working our way around, we've got a little bit appearing underneath the paint again. It hasn't broken through. You can't see any gingerness coming through there on that there. Nice Bentley alloys with centre caps all the way around. Up onto the roof, nice and tidy across the roof there. Not been a bad paint job at some point in its life, not too bad at all nice and tidy across the roof there. Window trims are all good, across the door tops. Tiny, tiny amount of corrosion, a very, very small amount underneath the paintwork again on the back of the right-hand side of the driver's door. Lovely and tidy around the locks and around the handles, no corrosion that I can see coming through around the handles. Nice and straight down that whole driver's door. Slight little bit of just a shadow there, I thought it was a dent. Looks to be a shadow. Just double check, yeah. Nice and tidy down the driver's door. All nice and straight onto that driver's rear door again. Door tops are good. Tiny, tiny amount of the front of the door top there. None around the handle. Back edge of the door, nice and tidy and straight. Across the sill section's all still white, which is nice to see. A few little blebs at the bottom of the door there. You know, a little scratch here and there. Around the arch on the rear again. No rust coming through that and see on the paint side of things. We have got a slight scuff here at the front of the arch, very, very light scuff. Some of that would polish off, I would think. Coming down to the rear, we've got a little bit of a crack in the paint towards the rear of the arch there, and another scratch on the arch onto the quarter. But again, a good polish would see some of that away. As we come down the rear quarter, lovely and straight, down that right-hand side onto the right-hand side rear. Light again, nice and tidy across the lights on the back. The bumper itself has got some flaking. The rubber is sitting away from the bumper, which you can see, which is fairly common on these older Bentleys. Again, it once taken off and probably gluing back on properly. The corner itself's all okay. A few little marks, but not bad at all. Across the back of the boot lid, all nice and tidy. No corrosion around the barges there. Again, nice and straight around the barges. And the paintwork in the boot lid itself's all nice and tidy. We'll have got a little bit of corrosion starting, very, very small amount underneath the window on the right-hand side. A little bit bigger on the left-hand side there. You can see that with some moisture. Has got some moisture in it there. As we come down the left-hand side, rear quarter, nice and tidy again. Around the arch, a little bit underneath the paintwork at the back of that left-hand side arch, but around the arch again, nice and straight all the way around. No rust coming through on the paint side of things there on the arch. Nice and tidy around the fuel filler cap. As we come down that left-hand side door again, nice and tidy. No corrosion around the handles. Door tops look to be okay on the left-hand side. Sorry there. A tiny, tiny amount, like very, very small amount there underneath the paint on that left-hand side rear door. No corrosion again around the handle or the lock on the front door. There's a few chips. It does want a good polish in places and a good clean, but apart from that, all nice and tidy. A little bit starting on the top of the left-hand side front door. Again, with it being white, it is underneath the paint, so you can't really see it at all. Looking forward onto the front arch again. Looks to be okay around the front arch. No corrosion coming through there. Chrome grille wants a new clip towards the front there. It's obviously had some tape on it at some point, and again, the sill is all white. It's not black anywhere. Onto the interior now. Door card itself seems to be nice and tidy. No rips, no tears. The wood's all okay. It hasn't cracked off. I think it's been redone at some point. There's a few little marks in it. It's not, the lacquer's not as thick as it is when it's brand new or standard, that's for sure. Showing a bit of wear to the seat there on the right hand side. No rips, no tears. I think a good clean would sort out the grubbiness of the wear there, making it look a little bit worse than it actually is. Red carpet set throughout. Dials are nice and clean. Good mileage on 71,797. Dashboard does want the wood sorting out. It hasn't flaked off, but there is some heavy cracking and delamination around the dials there to the wood. Dash top's uncracked, all nice and tidy across the dash top. Nice and tidy down the centre console again, aftermarket head unit fitted. And again, a little bit of delamination around the seat adjusters and the mirror adjusters. Headlining's lovely and clean. Armrests are good on both sides there. A little bit of wear at the driver's one, but not too bad at all. I'll just pop the bonnet while we're in there. Driver's rear door card now. The door does click on the hinge there, you could hear that. Nice and tidy on the rear door card again. Wood's got no delamination to it. Rear seats are in a bit of wear on the bottom half of that swab, but apart from that, nice and tidy with a nice red carpet set in the rear. Armrest is folded down, not too much wear to that either. And again, nice and tidy on the headlining from the rear. Into the boot now. Boot carpet has got some heavy staining to the boot carpet. Some heavy staining to the boot carpet, and we must be missing an armrest off one of the doors because it is in the boot there. But it's all complete in the boot. Onto that left-hand side rear. Again, nice and tidy on the door card. Excuse me there. Nice and tidy on the door card there. No rips, no tears. Red carpet set's nice. Not too bad on the wood either. No cracking, no heavy cracking to the wood. A little bit of wear on the lower half of the bolster. But apart from that, nice and straight from the left-hand side there. Into the passenger front. Now, door card, nice and tidy. Passenger front door card. No rips, no tears there. All nice and straight. And then up the passenger seat, minimal wear really to the lower half of the bolster. Top half's all nice and tidy. A little bit of creasing on the bottom half, but again, no rips or tears across there. The armrest is missing off the bottom. It's that bit in the boot is off the driver's door card. I can see that from the passenger side there. Into the engine bay now, the 6.75 turbo engine, this one, carburettor turbo. All nice and tidy in there. No rips, no tears. What am I talking about? I'm having one of those days, I apologise. It's all nice and straight in there. Still got the original soundproofing on the engine there. Could do with some new clips on that. I apologise, it's been a long day again. Like I say, it is the Mulsanne turbo, this one. I'm going to fire it into life here. Firing into life there. A little bit of a noise off the starter motor, but it's fired straight up. Taking over nice and happy there. Very little use in the past year or so, this one, or the past couple of years. And there you have it, the white Bentley Mulsanne turbo there.